Welcome. I am here. Jason will be here shortly. How's everyone going today? What's up, Paint Liquor? What's up, T. Schmidt? Can you guys hear me all right? Does everything look good? This is my first time setting it up all solo. Jason's going to be here in a little bit. He's just running a little late. But we're going to get into it in the interim. How's everyone doing? Cool. Yep. Thank you, Venti 800. Bar the doors. Bar the door. Well, we want to let him in and have some fun too. But I got some cool stuff that we're going to be painting today. So aside from, you can troll as much as you want. I have the ability to slough it off, as it were. But we're going to paint some horse heresy. Oh, that's the thing we need to do. Hold on, chat. Gotta do this thing. It's the first. Nope. How's it going, chat? Everyone doing alright? Find temptation to troll. Why are you trying to troll me, T. Schmidt? Where's the old guy? He's gonna be here soon, don't worry about it. Alright. Don't worry, he'll be here. How's it going, Arctic Mini Painting Studio? Punisher, can you actually... I literally just changed it. Can you double check to make sure that it's working right? The one thing I missed. But yeah, we're gonna paint some cool stuff. Basing a catapult with coarse base texture. That's awesome. Guess what I am also gonna paint today? I have some of my very own clan mechs to paint. Very exciting. I'm very excited. This is going to be very cool. That other mech is not here, but that's okay. We have two to work on. No, Punisher, you are 100% correct. I changed it right before you said it was right as I changed it. So, good to know that it changed. What's up, Mose? How's it going? What color scheme, Paint Liquor? I think I'm going to go white armor with black accents, or white and black armor with orange accents for the clan mechs. These guys. I think that's my plan. Tim, I'm only going to be solo streaming for a little bit. Jason's having a meeting and he's running a tad late, so he's going to be coming in sometime in the middle of the stream. But I'm going to be just running it for the time being. I was thinking about it when I was going to be buying the Kodiak, but I actually played a couple of games of BattleTech this weekend, Mose. Had a fantastic time. just as an FYI. It was a blast. And the second game that we played, I played these two mechs in, and they performed really, really well, and I really enjoyed them. So I'm going to paint them up. Yeah, we had a... I'll let Jason tell the story about it, but the the first game that we did, which was kind of like a tutorial game for myself, Jorzen. Yeah, we are Jorzen. But yeah, Mose, we had a great tutorial game on, I think it was Friday night that we played it. Oh, yeah. It's gnarly. And Mose, I'm playing the one that has 6, what are they, SRM6s, and the EPPC, and the LB5X. This is a gnarly mech. And it put in some work. Hi, Nathan. Jason will be here shortly. I am the new guy. My name is Jordan, also known as Baby J. If you have not been here before, I am the new painting guy. I'm here to help Jason out with the stream and run the stream when he is otherwise occupied with working things, business stuff. So I've been in the painting space for a long time. I've done studio painting for a couple of different companies, and he brought me in here to be a cool voice for you guys to listen to on a day-to-day basis. And I'm going to be doing a lot of like tutorial videos and stuff, so take a look out for those. We're going to be having those come up here pretty soon. He do have a lot going on, that is for darn sure. Quicksilver Gaming, thank you for the Prime. Subscribe for 22 months. Thank you so much. Tim, you got your wife to play He-Man with you. That's awesome. I'd love for you to take a photo of your game in play when you guys are playing it, because I'd love to see what everything looks like with all the minis and the train done. Because the train you were working on is great, and the minis are also looking really good too. Cool. Well, let's get started, shall we? Get some painting on. And I repainted these guys a little bit over the weekend. I got whatever Jason's got. So Jason's got all those clan mechs, and I'm gonna abscond with them and paint them up for the studio. So the answer is a decent amount. I might get some of my own stuff here in the future if I want something specific that he doesn't have. But that'll take a little bit more time for me to figure out because I'm still pretty new to the game. Oh, okay, Tim. I'll take a look at them later. Oop, that's the wrong way. Yeah, I painted some of these guys up. I realized they were supposed to have black armor on their torsos and legs and arms, and their shoulder pads are supposed to be green. So we went back and did a lot of that. This is kind of the furthest along guy. But I need to go in and paint all the metal here when I get a second. But I did a little bit of that over the weekend. Oh, I hear him. He is here. Welcome!
Both those things can't be true.
He has thus arrived.
Both those things cannot be true.
What two things?
Those things.
Those things?
The things that were said to me out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back. Great to see you. I told you he'd be here.
Hi. Me. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Arctic says, okay, we can all leave now. Well, I'm leaving again.
Arctic, I think we do have a Timberwolf. Do we have a Timberwolf?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
cool.
One of the resin ones.
Oh.
You want to paint one?
Yeah.
You want to paint the resin Timberwolf?
Yeah.
I'll go get it.
Oh, heck yeah. All right. Paint the Timberwolf too. Maybe we hold off on Heresy today. Maybe we just paint some Battletech. Oh, you should bring over the mech I painted this weekend if you have it. I painted up a mech this weekend. It was very exciting. Oh, hi, Christmas Sushi. Yeah. What's up? It's Christmas sushi. He's oddly hiding over in the corner. He's oddly hiding. Yeah. Battle tech. Yeah, I'm definitely a convert. Chat. I have been converted to the awesomeness that is BattleTech, which is hilarious. But the game is awesome, so what can I do other than play some cool BattleTech? Also, painting it is super fun, by the way. Painted this guy up for Friday.
Has to be glued.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
It doesn't. It's not glued.
Boop.
Not glued down.
Boop.
Don't break the antenna off.
Oh, is this actually an antenna?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I literally was about to just use my finger and break it off because I thought it was.
Well, then no communications for you. No comms. You hit at one worse now. That's filthy clanner. I have to go stuff something in my face hole and I'll be back.
Okay. Filthy clanner. Oh, creepy. Jason literally just left. He will be back shortly. I had to start the stream before he got here because he was running a little late. So I hopped on stream, started it up. But he has since returned and since left again. He just said he was going to go stick some stuff in his space hole. Because he's hungry. But yeah, this is a cool mech that I painted for Jason on Friday. He was like, hey, I have this mech. You should throw some base coats on it while I finish up with this meeting. And then by the time the meeting was over, the mech was painted. So I have to ask him and see if he wants me to keep it this color or if he wants me to repaint it to the way I'm going to paint all the rest of the mechs, which is in that white scheme that I want to do. So this thing was gnarly, although he wasn't actually using this mech. This was a stand-in, but it looks kind of similar. All right, let me do a little bit of cleanup on this guy because he needs a little bit of cleanup. Yeah, just a little bit cleanup, I think. Clean up on aisle 2. Grab my fancy schmancy knife. Yeah. Let's be very careful with this here antenna. We'd like to keep that antenna is, this antenna, by the way, is falling off. That thing is going to break off in an instant. Yeah, this is a Timberwolf 3D print. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a rough clean. So it's not so bad on the build lines, because it's pretty bad on the sides. I don't know if you guys can see this. Focus. You might be able to see it. But there's lines all over it.
There's so much room for activities.
I know. They cleaned up the studio this weekend, and it's
and by
so
they
empty.
he means this guy and that Chris guy.
Yeah.
Did the mail come?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think he's expecting more BattleTech. Cleaning up some of these spots underneath here. I'm not going to mess with the stuff underneath the foots because that's going to get glued to a base. And we don't care about that part. Gonna make sure that it's flat enough. All right, we got that bit. Square that up. Looking pretty good. Looks like it was roughly cleaned already, which is great. The cockpit's not so bad. I mean, it's not great. Let's see what we can do. And I'll lightly scrape at this, see if we can't.
The mail has, in fact, not come.
Oh, dang it.
The mail has not come. Jason isn't going to stop until he has it all. What are we talking about?
That's probably true. Battletech?
Oh, Battletech? No. There's a lot I haven't bought. Although I will say they do a good job of putting... They make their lances with like 1 or 2 mechs they know everybody wants.
Yeah.
And a half, like the other half mechs nobody wants.
It's the way to do it.
Oh.
If you want to sell a lot of boxes, that is the way to do it. The same reason with like Marvel Crisis Protocol. Everyone's always like, why are they always pairing these models with models that nobody cares about?
Yeah.
It's because if they did all of the models that you cared about first,
they'd run out of crap to
they'd
do.
run out of stuff that you'd actually want to buy.
Oh. Creepy, I am not Papa J.
Papa J? No, he is not Papa J.
No. Papa J is his dad.
Yep.
See, I had a Marauder showing up today. I really wanted to paint the Marauder.
I'm gonna laugh. It's gonna come at the end of stream. I mean, that's not a big deal because then we just gotta paint it tomorrow. Nothing wrong with that.
Big J and Little J? No, he's Baby J and I'm Slow Fuse.
Yep.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll
Well,
just throw
huzzah.
back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
Only Creative, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime.
Whoop.
What's going on, everybody?
Lion Creative.
But my name also
Welcome
starts with
back.
J, so I have to be Papa J. I don't have to, because
No.
Papa J and Baby J implies things that we don't want the public to know about us just yet.
Correct.
The
Wait, what?
DNA tests are not yet back. So, we don't want to mislead you people. You people.
You people.
What does he mean, you people?
Mo, 80 months? Holy Toledo.
Impossible.
That's a long time.
Mo's lying.
Well-
he hacked the program.
He hacked Twitch to make it seem like
Yeah.
he said
Mo
longer.
it Twitch.
huzzah,
He
huzzah.
hacked
I'll just
Twitch.
throw back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
All right. So many mechs. You're gone. This guy.
You gonna paint up the little guy? You want me to prime up the little guy for you?
Are you priming over there right now?
I'm going to. once
Well,
I-
then prime this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want me to repaint this guy in the white?
You do whatever you want. The clan is yours to. You treat it however you want to treat it.
All right, we're going white. I tried the yellow. The yellow is cool. Not my favorite. Not my favorite.
So that mech single-handedly took out an entire lance.
It did.
Like,
Well,
no joke.
technically, it was not this mech. It was a different mech that this was standing in for. But
Same difference.
this mech shoot guns.
Same difference.
Killed stuff.
It was a Daiichi, a dire wolf, that we had to proxy the war, whatever that thing's called, Warhawk for, because I don't have a dire wolf. They're the same, except 10 tons bigger. We played. Did you tell him about it?
No, I said that it was a fantastic time with an excellent game. I wanted to save the story for you.
We played on Friday night and it was tremendous.
We also played on Saturday night because we had such a good time.
Is the Warhawk only 85? I thought the Warhawk was 90. But I'm not Slow Fuse, I'm just Hobbies now. No, the channel is just Monument Hobbies because we have other people here now.
Hi.
And it wouldn't
Hello.
make sense to have it be Monument Slow Fuse and then not have Slow Fuse here some days. 85, yeah, okay, so 15 tons more. But, so we did the Daiichi, the Widowmaker Daiichi. Jacob says a package just came. It might be the thing I wanted to paint.
Oh.
I'm going to get my package.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
probably not. It's probably on Amazon.
I don't know. Ooh, games played poorly. An Alpha Legion paint scheme look on your clan mechs? That actually sounds awesome. Like, unironically, that sounds super cool. You should post some photos of that up in the Discord. Because I want to see what this looks like. If you're not a part of the Discord, which I think you are, or if anybody else is not a part of the Discord, that's not how you type Discord into chat, Jordan. Not my fault. The thing's broken. Thank you, Tim. Oh, God. Thank you, Mo. If you're not a part of the Discord, you should come hang out with us on Discord. It's awesome. We got a ton of really talented painters on there. We got like over 2,400 people who are super active and chat a lot about painting stuff. And it's really cool, and you should hang out and show your cool painted stuff. Aha! Nathan! It is working! The whole point. Except not. But maybe also. Alright, what's the over-under, chat, on him getting his package of things that he wanted? What do we think? 50%? 20%? Creepy! You're getting your hobby mojo back. That is awesome. That is awesome. Avian, what's up? Jason will be back in a moment. It is not just solo Baby J Day. He is... Baybeg. What? Baybeg. Uh-oh.
Sad face.
He cometh without packages.
Sad face.
Don't worry, Jay. He'll come back with another message. Saying, hey, we got another package.
Sad face. It was just a stupid product sample.
Was it like a lighting product sample? Or just like a stupid one?
For you.
Woo! Yeah! Stuff for me.
I mean, it's a product sample you'll be more excited about than I am.
Oh.
Can anybody guess what that might be?
Haven't the foggiest. Doritos.
Had I not gone running out. Okay, so they already put it in my office, but I walked all the way around the building.
Oh, really?
So they could tell him that they put it in my office. Bastages.
Thanks, Jacob. You baited him to run all the way
He did.
over
He
there.
debated me.
Did
I
he?
was
Did he
debated.
even tell you? I'm assuming he's on lunch.
No, he's working.
Oh, is he still working?
Mm-hmm.
That guy working hard.
He's working. No, if it were brushes, we would both want them equally.
Correct.
And those wouldn't be samples. Those would be the real deal.
Yep.
No, it's a product sample for approval.
I think I know what it is.
Testing and approval. I don't know that I'm ready to tell you people about it yet.
Oh, it's one that you haven't told them about.
I don't know that I'm ready to tell them about it yet.
That makes me even more excited.
I don't know. I don't know, chat. I Oh, chat. Punisher with Prime. Show us the goods. We've earned it.
Punisher
Wait
with
a
the
minute.
Prime. What's up?
Earned it? What have you done to earn it?
Earned it.
Mean to me all the time?
Who earned it? Oh, what's up, Stoney? How's it going?
Just mean to me all the time? My water is damn near evaporated. Is there any in one of those spray bottles over there?
I refilled one.
Woohoo!
I almost didn't. But then I was like, you know what? I got an extra minute. I'm going to go refill it.
Woo-hoo!
Just in case.
Probably shouldn't spray it so hard.
Yeah, you should probably just like uncap it and
pour it in there, because now I have all sorts of really disgusting floaties in my paint water.
Yeah, that's not great.
Wow. That's hardcore, actually.
Ugh, gross. Why are you showing the stream? That's disgusting.
I want to show them that they too can work miracles, because I'll paint with this water. I don't care. It's like swamp water.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't care.
I don't care. Sometimes we gotta do what we're gonna do.
I haven't painted in like 3 days. How the hell do you do this again?
That's a great question. I have no idea how this stuff works. Asking me.
I want white tips on my miskels.
Miskels? Oh yeah, you should tell chat how the game ended with the big mech though.
Oh my god, it was so good. So, the Daishi, the direwolf, the idea is it's a scenario that I have run before to be able to teach people the game. The idea being that you have a assault mech that is part of a retreating force that had a dropship shot down as they were leaving the planet. And this highly valuable mech gets left behind or in the destroyed dropship or something like that, right? But the opposing force doesn't know what it is. So you keep it all hidden. You tell them the battle value they can run, right? You let the opposing force have ×2 BV, and then you run a monster. Like a named assault like I did. I took the Widowmaker, which is a named clan direwolf, right? And it's a beast.
Blue, I tell you.
Yeah, so you take a mech on one side that is just tremendously OP. You would not normally get a chance to play it. So for the person teaching the game, it's fun because it's not a mech you would normally take. You know that Daishi's like he's like 3,000, a little over like 30-40 battle value and BB2. So that's a lot if you don't play this game. That's like half of your army if you play at high battle value, like at 6,000 battle value, which normally you're going to play between 5 and 6. So that's high. So you're not going to have a lot else, right? You might have that and 2 light mechs, and they're not going to be great light mechs at that point. So you don't normally play mechs like that, but you have it, and it's called Bring It Down. And so the opposing force comes on map to find you, come on map. The way the scenario is written is that the assault mech, the solo mech, has initiative all throughout the game. So you don't ever roll for initiative. He always retains initiative, meaning that he always moves last. So everybody, all the other 4 mechs, we were playing against a full lance, 4 players, which is fun. So you can teach 4 or 5 players, depending on how you want to run it. You can teach 4 players how to play the game, and they each pilot a mech. And hopefully they learn to talk to each other strategically and move around. But we have them move around, and my goal is to make it off of their board edge with a mech that moves 3-5, so it's completely slow. Gives them a lot of turns to learn the game and the functions of the game and all the things that are possible in the game. I think we did just about everything from, every limb blown off to kicking the crap out of stuff to punching people in the face to pretty much everything you can do, and with basic rule set, that is. And And then I just marched down the field trying to take cover where I can, trying to, lead and split the pie so I can kill individual mechs out of their force. And it was amazing. It was an amazing game. It took us probably 2.5, 3 hours to play it. And at the end of the 3 hours, it was me against a new player, Joel, one of our locals, CivTech, in chat. And he had been out of the action. He deployed his mech on their left flank, my right. And I chose to go to my left flank and charge down because it was a light mech and a heavy mech, right? What were you playing? Thunderbolt? No.
You have it over there. Right?
Well, I have 36 mechs over here now. I don't remember.
It was the one with the shoulder-mounted...
Oh, you're playing in Wolverine. Yeah, we had 2 Wolverines.
Wolverine.
Yeah, we had 2 Wolverines. I think that we did... Was it a Bushwhacker that Phil brought? I think it was a Bushwhacker. They had 2 Wolverines, a Bushwhacker, and a Clan light mech that Chris Masushi really wanted to run. It was a ridiculous Clan mech that's like experimental rules. There's only one of them in the galaxy, and he ran it. Its movement was 1221?
23.
1223?
Yeah.
Or no, they think 1221 or something like that.
I think it was 23.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
It runs like over 20 hexes. That's what he wanted. It has 26 or 28 points of armor, so literally any of my guns that hit it killed it. It did wind up taking 2 hits to kill it.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But 1 hit took its entire right side off.
Correct. It was not doing a whole lot after that.
Yeah, it took its entire right side off and like critted its CT, but didn't get anything expensive until I blew its CT away completely by hitting it on the other side the next time. But the setup for it was that you could take up to 55 tons. The opposing force could take up to 55 tons at 1,600 battle value. I think 1,600 battle value.
Yes.
So it wound up being 6,400 battle value against 3,040, right? Actually, 3,300 because I bought my gunnery to 2 on it, right? So about double my battle value, and yeah, they ran around and whooped me. I mean, by the end, I was trailing body parts. I had 1 arm functional at the end, and my chest weapons, and Joel, the last mech standing, got to shoot, blew my arm off, so I have none of those weapons, and then cored me CT and got the 3rd engine critical, and I blew up. But I still get, because of the way the game works, I still get to have my attacks. My declared attacks still go off. So I shot him with that other arm, did some damage. I think I did an engine crit in his torso, which was the 2nd engine crit he'd taken. And then with my last small laser, I had an ER small laser, and I shot the ER small laser, which took me to like plus 22 heat.
Yeah, you were running super hot.
Because he'd blown off, had engines shut off, lost a ton of double heat sinks, so I was hot as balls on this turn. But I just said, screw it, I got alpha with what I got. And shot him with an ER small laser, rolled Snake Eyes on location for a through armor crit, rolled the crit, and then critted that last engine slot and blew him up. So we both mechs died at the end of the game. So all 5 mechs died on the last turn. Well, not on the last turn. A couple of them have been killed before, but it was a lot of fun.
It was amazing.
It was a go out with a bang. It was like, you're not getting this technology out of my cold, dead hands. So, it was very good. Epion, thank you for the sub. Yeah, MechWarrior Online can still be fun. I know Baby J played some last night. I still have it on my machine, but I never play it because I feel like it just isn't the game it used to be for obvious reasons.
It was fun. It was different. I had a good time.
To get the missile tips done, I'm just swiping the brush across the top so that I get
just the tip of
just the tip, and so you can register that there's still red around them, and that works pretty good. Nathan Pierce, is there a stream enjoyed discount code? So there are for all of our supported streamers. So we have a page on the website called The Monumentals. If you go there, there's a tremendous amount of content providers out there, streamers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, that all have discount codes. There is a 10% off code from each one of those that you can use one time for each that you go watch. So if you'd like to find a discount code, you can definitely get a 10% off from one of our other people. We do not give one directly. The baby Mad Cat. It's one of my favorite mechs. The catapult is near and dear to my heart. This is part of our battalion that we have made. I have 36 mechs. I'm about to trench a big hole in it because I'm taking 3 of the assaults out. I'm getting rid of the Banshee, the Highlander, and what's the other one, Chad? Oh, the Atlas. The Atlas isn't in here. The Atlas is on my desk. So I'm getting rid of the Banshee, the Highlander. I'm getting rid of everything 90 tons and over out of my battalion. I don't think my battalion, my mercenary unit, I don't think would have any of those assault mechs that are that expensive. Even though things like the Atlas became sort of ubiquitous according to lore at some point in time, I don't think it feels right. So I'm just going to stick with the Battlemaster, right? The Zeus, and the Awesome. Just for flavor, right? So I have 3 that are basically just a little bit over-armored heavies. They don't feel as assaulty. They don't have as big game-changing things. They're also cheaper, which lets me play what I believe is a more varied lance loadout. So, Nathan Pierce, thank you, though.
Done.
Gentleman Paints, how do you become a monumental? On the website, there's actually a link to the application. And the application, when you read through it, lets you know all the details on amount of followers we look for, frequency of posting and streaming, and all of that interaction that we look for. Really what we're looking for is people that you can tell right away when I look at your content, or when Baby J looks at your content, that you enjoy the hobby, you enjoy spreading the hobby love out to the people that are in your audience, and that you do it frequently, right? Yep. That you have good community touches. I can't say we don't like, but we're not as interested in people that just post up content but don't talk to their community. Yep. So we want interaction, right? And we don't force you to use our product all the time. We don't have there's no, like, you gotta use Monument Hobbies. You don't even have to put our logo on your stream. We don't care. We want to support you if you are integrating into your community and driving the hobby to have more people paint. Yes. Regardless. We don't care. We just want good people doing good stuff, so.
That is the most important part for us.
Nathan Pierce says, orders in, we'll be looking for it in about 3 hours. You might be surprised. I don't think 3 hours is possible, but you know. In the old school paper game, you remember using a dragon and spamming 3 AC2s? Epion, this is the old school paper game. Well, that's what we're playing. We're not playing Alpha Strike. We're playing Battletech Classic, the old paper game. The dragon with the AC2s. AC2s are a beast in the tabletop. They are not very good in MechWarrior Online. Right? But yeah, Paint Liquor, the scenario was really fun. It was a blast to work out. And then we played again on Saturday night.
Yep. With
a group of 4 again, right? There were 4 of us on Saturday?
Yep.
I feel like there were.
There were 4.
And that was a lot of fun too.
I got to play 2 mechs instead of 1 this time. Fell in love with the Mad Dog and the Arctic Cheetah.
Yeah, we each did a Demi-Lance. And again, a scenario that I wrote that is another big, lost tech thing in the middle of the board so that you can have people coming in from all corners, right? It's kind of a, egg hunt kind of a thing, right? As many opposing forces as you want, from 2 to 4. I wouldn't do it with more than 4, but we had 4 people playing, so you get a demi lance, 2 mechs, tops.
And I think we did what,
3,000?
Yeah,
3,000 battle value amongst 2 mechs, so it gives you good loadouts to play with.
And I think we restricted it to 2 mechs.
2 mechs, yeah, it was restricted to 2 mechs so that you didn't get more activations. Because numeric, you can get an edge by having too many activations, right? You can see how, because everybody else is done shooting and you get to run, and you with no recourse, right? Like you can just take your fast mech and leg it, and nobody can react to you if you have more activations. So, yeah, we each started a table corner. And on that table corner, you come in and you try to get to the middle of the board. And at the middle of the board is this scenario, piece. We used the big yellow mech that he painted, the big Daiichi again, or the Warhawk. And
it's kind of a cool continuation from our previous story. Like, if you follow
almost, right? Yeah, the idea
cool
being that the Warhawk got blown up, but its lost tech is still sitting there.
Yeah. And
so they wanted to go scan the box and basically, check out the
get any intel
from it. Can you pass that water squirter over here again real quick?
Of course I can.
Sorry.
I will need it when you are.
Please. I just need a little squirt.
Oh, and I will trade you.
Just a little Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, having the same mech, basically as a terrain piece that offers nothing more than data that you can go squirt, and maybe a little bit of stuff you can salvage from the cockpit or whatever. And you have to have a mech adjacent to it for 2 turns to retrieve the data, get the stuff, and then leg it off your corner of the board that you came in on. So you got to send a mech in. You have to be able to hold your ground in the same hex adjacent to this model that does provide level 2 blocking terrain, so you can hide behind it, but you got people coming from all quarters. So it's very tough.
I can't believe we didn't blow up the vulture.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. So both those scenarios went off really, really well. We had a ton of fun with them. And they're very good teaching scenarios. The first one's just a shoot 'em up with the bring it down. And the second one is a tactical solutions primer for you, because you got to figure out how to move around the board properly to achieve the objective, because you got to stay alive, right? Just killing isn't going to do enough for you on that one. So I'm just spotting this wash on here.
Oh, around the edges.
Yeah, I'm basically just treating it like a rivet,
Yep. Way to do it.
Boom. It'll bleed a little bit, but it'll put the bulk of the pigment right at the base of the missile. I don't know if I thinned the wash too much or not, though. It looks good to me. We'll see. Catapult. Very good. Now I gotta paint a Kit Fox.
Yes,
an inner sphere Kit Fox. Oh, what you say?
Oh, what?
Oh, what you say? I'm putting a Kit Fox in my inner sphere mercenary unit? Well, yes, sir, I am. From henceforth, this will be referred to as the Arctic Fox. I care not what you say.
How dare you?
I care not what you say, chat. There is not an Arctic Fox model worth painting, so I will paint this one instead.
That's so funny.
Creepy says, I don't know what that means, but I assume that's a big deal. Says, the book that covers the Lion's Return is excellent. It's exactly what you wanted from it, to a point. There is some stuff that I wish happened, but I'm sure they're waiting for new books. Okay. All right, I might pick it up.
I almost picked it up the other day. I was looking at Audible, and they were like, "You have a credit that expires soon," and I was like, "Oh." Well.
Nathan Pierce, first mini you ever painted was a BattleTech mech. You think you were 13? Oh, is it already on Audible?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I might pick it up then.
Yeah. It is on Audible.
I think I have a credit. I might.
I have 12.
Always knew I was a clanner at heart. No, the Inner Sphere reverse engineered the Kit Fox and made it the Arctic Fox, which is true. That's canon. And the Arctic Fox model is garbage. So this is now the Arctic Fox. I know it's not WYSIWYG, but who cares? None of my models are WYSIWYG. Can't spin that? You can, because it's true. Find me an Arctic Fox model that's better than this, and I'll use it. But the metal one's atrocious, and you got to pin the legs to the hip, and no, I'm not doing it. 30 years ago, you and BattleTech both getting old. Let me have a conversation with you, my friend. I am definitely not a filthy vat-born Arctic. Not going to convince anybody here of that. I have more than 36 Inner Sphere mechs painted that are done strictly to kill filthy clanners.
We'll see if they're any good at it, but
Oh, we'll probably get melted. It turns out clan mechs are very much better, but whatever.
If the Mad Dog was any indication, then yes.
Today's the 1st. You've got a credit. My credits don't come in until the 16th, Tim.
Yeah, mine don't either.
So I don't know what Audible you're on. But honest to God, mine don't show until the 16th every month.
I gotta spend all my credits. I have a lot of credits that need to be spent.
Yeah, I think it comes in on the day you signed up for your account. I think it's your anniversary, right? Your account setup anniversary. Mine's like the 14th or 16th or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
So I'm going for like a warm white. So I'm starting this with like a nice brown undercoat, because I want it to be in the same basing style as his, so that it looks nice when they're on the table together, which is cool.
All I heard, chat, was Filthy Clan, Vatborn, Filthy Clan, Filthy Clan, Filthy Clan.
You can say that until I be blowing your brains.
That's all I heard over there, chat. That's all I heard, chat.
Your PPCs.
I mean, I gave you a lot of chances over the weekend. Neither of my mechs died. I didn't go for the prize either, though. I did not go for the prize, and I cannot tell you how horribly I rolled.
Your dice are so bad.
I cannot tell you how horribly I rolled on Saturday night.
Higher than a 9?
Only on my first rolls where I hit his Warhammer on the first turn of the game, where I needed 10s and hit on 11s twice.
Ugh.
Or maybe only once.
Well, you blasted me for 15
but
damage.
What I did is I rolled an 11 followed by an 11, which netted me all 15 of my LRMs clustering in on him.
That's what it was, yeah.
So I hit him and got 15 points of damage spread around, but it's an LRM, so it really just peppered him. It wasn't really worth doing,
Yeah, you did hit me with a huge laser, though. Oh, no, you hit me with LRMs, too.
Probably hit you with LRMs.
Yeah.
I didn't have any huge lasers. I was running a Thunderbolt and a Trebuchet. It's because we're out here in the wrong time zone. You mean the right time zone? That's what I thought you said. On Twitch, it says you guys are streaming Warhammer. We are. Ish. That's because there's nothing else to put on the channel that leads people here. I guess we could change it right now to Battletech, right? Like we could go...
We're going pretty hard into Battletech land.
And say Battletech.
The thing is, though, most of the people who are looking for miniature painting stuff just go to the Warhammer
That's
channel,
the thing. That's why we always do it that way.
other stuff, too.
But there we go. I updated it to Battletech. Or they have the wonderful one that's like Tabletop War Games. Hey, can you hand me the water again?
Yeah.
And the clean-out dish, perhaps?
Yes. I will...
I need a second clean-out dish is what we need, I think.
Huh?
We used to have a second one. Jen had her own.
I don't think I've ever seen a second one.
Yeah, there used to be one for Jen, too, but I don't know that it ever made it in here when we moved.
Weird.
We'll get another one.
Yeah. That is.
I know there's multiple squirt bottles because you have another one over there.
Yeah. Do indeed.
You really don't need to start a new hobby, but the nostalgia is real. Dude, Battletech is so inexpensive right now to get into with the way Catalyst Game Labs has done it. Lances of mechs, and stars a little bit more because they come with 5, but a lance of mechs with 4, and there's some good lance packs out there, are like $27, $25 for 4 mechs. The starter pack is $48 at Barnes & Noble, and it comes with 8 mechs, 2 lances. You'll use all of those mechs except for maybe 2 of them. They're all good. It comes with 8 mechs in the starter box with all the rules, map, everything you need. $48. That's redonkulous.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
If you don't want to get embedded too far in it, that's the way to go. See how you like it. $48. It ain't even like a new hobby. That's just dinner one night.
Okay, nice. Got the gray on there.
I'm a fan of games that are low budget to get involved in to see if you like, because then if it's just something that doesn't float with you for whatever reason, sitting $48 on your shelves is not a big deal.
For me, at a minimum, it's super fun to paint them.
Yeah.
I had a blast painting the... What is that one again? The one I painted?
The Warhawk.
The Warhawk.
Maserati.
Maserati. So you can see I'm keeping all these... Whoop, we'll zoom in.
I've got maybe 5K points of unpainted and base coated 40K. Well, so this is cheap. This is free. This is only as much as a freaking codex.
True.
But you get the
Cheaper.
whole game for
Cheaper
2
even.
people.
I think codexes are like 55.
I love it. I was waiting for it, Dower. 5K. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up. When do we get Jen back for a stream? Damn it, Arctic.
Ooh, dang.
I feel the love.
Me too.
Zenmoto says, what other inexpensive to start games would you recommend? Miniature games? Believe it or not, GW has quite a few. You can get into like Warcry and Necromunda fairly inexpensively in GW terms. It's still going to be close to $100.
The Adeptus Titanicus starter box is actually a really great deal too.
Adeptus Titanicus is a pretty good deal, although it doesn't have what you need to play. You're going to want
You'll want
more mechs or more Titans. But it's still one of the best lower cost games that GW makes.
Yeah.
But other good miniature games that you can play, Lord of the Rings from Games Workshop is fairly inexpensive. The 2-player box sets are generally about $150, and they come with more miniatures than you can shake a stick at.
They also have those new like
Battle Force ones that are like $80 or something like that.
Yeah, and that comes with
60 or
everything
$80.
you would ever need. Really.
Everything you ever need. Arena Rex is a great game to get involved with. Relic Blade is another great game that you can get involved with that has very low cost of entry and high replayability for that cost. I think that out of those two, I don't know that one is better than the other. Relic Blade by Metal King Studios, I believe. And it's Sean Sutter. I think it's Metal King. And then Arena Rex That by Red Republic or
Red
something.
Republic, I think. Yeah.
Something like that. Need this? Water's right there. Are both great games. And I'm sure there's others out there that are good. I know a lot of people right now are talking about Moonstone. I do not know Moonstone, so I can't really speak to it. Did I give you back the dark camel green that I stole from you? Or do I still...
Yes, I took the dark camel green one.
Well, that's not fair.
Would you like some?
I stole it on purpose. How am I supposed to have it if I steal it and you take it back?
Because now I'm the gatekeeper of the dark camo green.
I feel like, as a paint manufacturing company, I should have dark camo green.
That's probably true.
Personally.
That's probably true.
Song of Ice and Fire. Marvel Crisis Protocol also. Marvel Crisis Protocol, actually very cheap. It's like $80 for the 2-player starter set.
Yeah.
And it's got like 10 miniatures in it. It is really fun. So that's a really good one. A Song of Ice and Fire. A little bit more to get into the point where you feel like you can be playing the way you want to play. The box sets for the factions don't really check all the boxes for units you want.
Yeah,
they
there's a
sell
lot of really
all those
cool units that you can get for that game they're not even remotely near the starter box.
But it's still low cost.
Yeah.
So it is a great, kind of
Also doesn't require painting or assembly. Well,
gateway
nothing
painting. It
requires
does, just no assembly. It's like BattleTech.
Yeah.
It's just colored plastic to start, colored PVC.
So it's something you can get at real quick,
but they still paint up real nice. It's exactly it's the fantasy analog to BattleTech, right? But it's a rank and flank game. It's a lot of fun. Can highly recommend. Have many boxes here.
Ooh, I think we're gonna go with Dark Ivory on this.
It has.
Yeah. Sorry. Bitte.
War Master is a dirt cheap game now with printing. Yeah, but I would. Yeah, okay, fair. I'm trying to think of games that other people might actually be able to play with you without you having to do the work for them. But yeah, if some of the 3D printed one-page rules, stuff like that, if you get into 3D printing, then that's fine. I have to be real honest. I think that the best games are the ones that are commercially available. They're going to have a bigger following and people that you can talk to, and ways that you can just kind of walk into a store and be social playing. Whereas one-page rules and the kind of PDF stuff like War Master nowadays is just a PDF living rule set. It's like Blood Bowl was forever until they got back into it. Necromunda, Mordheim right now. All of those you could say are inexpensive to get into because you just download a PDF of the living rules that the community runs and then print models out. So that is a relevant statement, right? Because it's changed the way we think of stuff, but it isn't easily guided. There's not just a 2-player starter set that comes with everything you need. You have to print out that PDF, figure out what you need, right? Go way deep in the rules to figure out what to print, So I would leave those off because of the amount of hand-holding or of knowledge you have to have. I tend to talk about good, inexpensive beginner openers, the kind of first hits free or gateway drug games, we'll call them, as being ones that are very helpful to new players, people that may be wanting to kind of cast their line into the world of miniature wargaming and haven't really had much experience in it before. Games like one-page rules and stuff are asking people to know too much. They're trying to capture a world of people that know and have nostalgia or want to get away from 40K's expense and things like that, for sure. Double mech action. Gang fight. Yeah, there's a lot of miniature agnostic products. Again, those are tough because they don't hold the hand the way I think you should as a beginner entry game. They don't have their own product. They don't tell you what product. They don't have that story behind them, right? Not that they're bad. I'm just saying my conversation when I'm thinking in my head of going to, hey, what's a good inexpensive game to get into for miniature wargaming, is more of that beginner-friendly thing where you open the box, you get a rule book, you get miniatures, you get dice, you get measuring sticks or tape measures if that's what you need, mat, whatever, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop. It is very simple to start up. It doesn't require you to do any research. You just buy a box and you're good.
Yep.
Is kind of the idea, right? Which is why like MCP is such a good starting point, because you get 2 armies in a box, and you get terrain, and you get all the templates and all the tokens and everything. It's literally just you open the game, you read the rules, and you play.
Yeah.
After you build your models.
Hey, Stonewall, great question. So I tend to want to use shadow colors that are complementary or 90 degrees out from my base color to give some interest to the model. So that's why I use the purple. Notice how my shadows are so much more interesting when they're purple. You're not really seeing purple. The model's not tuned to look purple. If I just show you this model from the camera angle or on the table, you're never going to even notice it, right? But as soon as you start picking up and looking at it, the shadows have that subtle fade into purple in the dark areas, and that gives a lot of life to your model that you would otherwise miss for cheap. I'm always looking at ways to teach you guys interesting, easy ways to get interesting visual depth on your model that are as low cost, and by low cost I mean time and effort, as possible. So that's what this is. It's a purple shadow coat, and then you start building your greens on top, and you start doing that zenithal, air quotes zenithal, mode of painting to apply all of your other colors. So you'll notice I just don't shoot any of these other colors into shadows at all. So this is faded green. This is the brightest I will go here. All right, we just kind of start by holding the airbrush about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches away from the model so that I'm barely dusting color onto it, and I'm just firing downward at it. So I start getting a highlight color. Because initially I was going for kind of that MASH, Korean War, military green feel.
Crimson Owl. Right tech type for BTNA.
He is also a filthy vatborn, if you couldn't tell.
It's alright. I hear my pilots are pretty good and my guns are strong.
Everything about you is good. I mean, BB2 helped a lot. But, yeah. If you're smart, you play clan. I'm not smart, so I just build more mechs. I win on scenario.
Avian, are you asking if all of these mechs are from one box? These are not from one box. These are from multiple boxes.
And some 3D printed. One of the things with BattleTech is that the guys at Catalyst Game Labs are very friendly, at least right now, to third-party stuff for their game that allows you to get mechs they haven't done, because they haven't recreated all of the models yet, which would be almost impossible to catch up with all the stuff Iron Wind Metals has done over the years.
There's so many.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I looked at the shop for Mech Warrior or for BattleTech or Mech Warrior Online last night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my goodness.
Damn. Yeah,
I looked
crazy.
at the list and I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, if you go like hunting through the Iron Wind Metal site to find stuff, you'll be there for days. And some of the Iron Wind Metals models are still okay. I'm not a very large fan of the metals. Most of them you have to, put legs on a lower torso, and for a lot of people, the age of like pinning metal models is long gone. I am one of those people. I don't give a damn to do that. Don't care to do it. All right, so now we still have kept our purple. We've got a little bit of that dark camo green in the midtones, and then we've got our faded green highlight, and that's where we go from. That's it for the airbrush.
Would you like the
I would like to has cleaning devices.
Cleaning devices you can has.
Sure. Painting some infinity, a tag. Where do the pilot's legs go?
Somewhere in the mech. Somewhere.
That's our age-old meme on this channel, at least.
Don't ask too many questions about that.
So where does the pilot's legs go on infinity tags? I love how somebody drew a picture once, and it had them like sitting, you know, with their legs, their knees like up in their chin, like most flexible person ever, as they're piloting this thing into war. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying it.
All right, making myself a little bit of a wash. I don't know why I'm just not using the black wash.
Yeah, he's literally got like 10,000 battle value over there.
These? Yeah, because this is at least, what, 2K probably?
As a Maserati, it's like 25, 27. Same as the Timberwolf, believe it or not. You can get them heavier. They can go up to nearly 3,000 on the Warhawk. But
really?
yeah, the Timberwolf and the Warhawk are almost identical in their points cost. I mean, obviously there's variations for both of them, but you can assume you're in that 2,500 battle value. So that's 5,000 battle. That's your entire force right there.
Yeah.
And then you throw the Vulture in, and the Vulture is 18 something, depending on the loadout. That one you took was like 1839.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's more than an Inner Sphere assault mech.
Yeah.
You know, 6 SRM6s? Yes.
Yes.
Moves 5'8"? Yes. Has 163 armor? Yes. It's basically just an up-gunned medium mech, but it is brutal as hell. Enough sinks to sink all of it every turn. Ridiculous.
If I could snag that water from you when you have a moment.
Give it all it wants is a hug.
Go give it a hug.
Where is the Tau pilot's legs in a battle suit? Who knows? That's the thing, right? None of these battle suits make any sense to me.
We'll see how long it takes me to get a bunch of...
The Tau pilot's legs make more sense because they have very thick thighs, so I can see his legs going into the thighs of the battle suit. Right? The Infinity stuff is just bad art. It's cool looking. It's very bad if you think there's something inside it. They have the unpiloted ones, which I think is a much better idea, but...
Can I stay on water for 2 seconds?
Only when I'm done.
Oh, dang it. Dang it. I should have filled up the water bottle. Wait, I might have enough.
What do you need it for? Oh, you're trying to mix it in there.
Yeah.
Don't you have your drinking water?
It's empty.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In 40K, they just amputate the legs. This is just where you live now. This is just your life. Whether you're Tau or... It's for the greater good. I swear. Amputate, yeah, for Space Marines. They just amputate everything except the upper torso. Warhawk Prime is 3,100. Yeah, it can get up there. But I think you can get one down at like 25, 27. I may be mistaken, but I mean, the Timberwolf, you can get up to like $3,000. The Timberwolf is basically an assault mech. Very brutal mech. One of the single best mechs in the game. By a long shot. Like, I don't know that you would find anyone who wasn't just being mad at the clans who would say otherwise. It's just that good. I would like to be able to run Timberwolves. That would be nice.
Me too. Oh, wait.
Wait. Look, I can. Me, not so much. Not until I salvage it in a campaign. That's just the way I play. Like, now, if I salvage one in a campaign, all bets are off. I will run Clan Tech. Oh, did you get the big one? Stonewall? Nice. You play AdMech, all your vehicles have humans built into them somehow? Yeah. Cogitators and nonsense. We've reached longest relationship status. Rev, what's going on, man? Thank you so much. Good to see you.
16 months. Thank you for this.
You think the tags are more like exosuits? No, if you look at them, they like have arms down in the middle of them, where it's like a lot of the tags have got like little man-sized arms, and you can see where the head is in the belly area, and they've got little arms that are making the big arms do things, but then there's nothing below that. There's no place for the legs to go.
Some of them do have legs.
There's not a single tag in Infinity since maybe recent times there are.
Yeah, it would be more recent ones.
The old ones?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, the old ones definitely do not.
Nah. I still haven't ever seen a tag from Infinity that made sense as to where the driver's legs were, which is bad art. Hell yellow, it's dry brush time. I have dry brush so much pale yellow that like a quarter of my palette is just this big mound of pale yellow.
Oh, really?
It's like Mount Pale Yellow over here.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's literally like probably a quarter of an inch tall.
All right, let's post wash. We're gonna bring that up with some dry brushes after that dries.
Speed paint mechs. Don't spend a lot of time on them, man.
Yeah, speed
Wish.com paint jobs right here.
100%.
They can still look really good. You don't got to be all crazy about it. I think, again, that's one of the reasons why I love Battletech so much for getting people into miniatures games. Because it doesn't leave you feeling like you're incompetent when it comes to making the models look good for the table. You can paint these things super fast and they're still going to look good. Base coat, dry brush, wash. Mechs love it. They eat that up. So a great way to get into and feel confident, build some confidence about painting, messing around with miniatures. You don't have to build them. They'd come pre-built.
You didn't really have to clean them.
The worst thing you have to... I don't clean mine.
Yeah.
I don't touch these with anything unless there's a blatant sprue piece still on them, which some of them have.
Yeah.
I did clean this guy because like one of his legs had a big redonkulous piece of plastic on it.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Yeah, I don't treat these like valuable objects.
Thank you for the follow, Sharpman. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
I just like to get them done.
Avian Baby J, make sure you spoil sport your mechs if Slow Fuse is going to scavenge.
You don't get to like scuttle stuff. If that's what you're talking about.
And I know the guy who I can talk to make that happen.
No. I will rebel.
You will rebel.
No, it's no fun to do that kind of stuff. You can get as crunchy as you want. It can be like all sorts of weird rules in Battletech that make it really, crunchy RPG-ish, like, oh my god, how did that happen? At the end of the day, keeping games fun
is priority number one.
Is priority number one for me. I want to have fun. I'm still competitive all the time anyway, but I want to laugh and have a good time and know that we don't have to drill down into the minutia unless everybody votes to, But again, with BattleTech, that's really cool because you can have the people you play with at the store or in your community, decide that, hey, you know what we really want to do? We want to play like a full bore, like heavy duty campaign rules campaign,
I'm excited about this campaign.
where you have to run like accounting software to get it done, That stuff doesn't appeal to me. When it becomes too much like real work, you lose me. I still want it to be fun. I want to have the intricacies of list building mean something, so that when you drop your mechs on the table, it doesn't feel super samey, because it can. And there we go. So the pale yellow gets us into that kind of deserty coloring, because you'll notice that at the end of the day, this is what we get. And that comes next from the flesh wash.
And I'm trying to dirty these guys up so that they look like they belong in the world instead of being super bright and super shiny white. I want them to feel like they're white, but have that wear and tear that you would expect on a mech that's been running around on the battlefield, getting repaired and stuff. These things are not pristine white, that's for sure.
Stonewall, it was pale yellow. And I always do one stage of dry brushing before applying the wash, because it gives you your mid-tone edge highlight that you go back and dry brush over again and get that bright highlight back on top of, but it gives you kind of a 2-stage edge on it for free. Spend a little bit extra time. The legs of the pilot hang out at the bottom of the patrol walker thing.
And I'm basically dabbing off a lot of this extra wash on the top part of the mech with this paper towel, so it gets a little bit of like a nice texture to it and brightens it up. It's kind of like having like a pre-highlight for the dry brush that I'm going to put on these guys after this.
Then you drop a quick professional glaze over the armor panels. No. There's literally nothing that you guys out there can't do done on this mech.
Yep.
Nothing. It is what I've been jokingly referring to as wish.com non-metallic metal. There's nothing here that you guys can't do. It's just painting. There's no glazing. The only thing that acts like a glaze is the green, and that's only because I do all of the highlighting for the other colors, and then I take the transparent green, yellow, black mix that I did and put it over the top. So it's just a filter, and I didn't even do anything other than go back and highlight that, edge highlight that with bright yellow-green. There is literally nothing done on these entire models, any of these models, that you guys can't do, that aren't techniques, that are just beginner techniques. Dry brushing, base coating, that's it, right? You could say that knowing where to put your highlights for the non-metallic metal is the biggest sell point of making sure it looks sort of like metal, and that's true. But, I mean, you could dry brush them and get close.
Yeah, the technical skill required for it is virtually non-existent. It's just...
I guess the lenses, if you're not comfortable painting like cockpits,
oh yeah,
that's still just layering. There's no glazing done there. It's still just layering, but the positioning of your color means a lot there to make sure it looks, like a piece of glass or plastic or whatever. So that, like the non-metallic metal, is just about knowing where to place your highlights. Those are the most complex things done on these. And again, you don't have to do that. You just paint the windshield orange and then highlight it with yellow.
Yep.
And be fine. There is no professional glazing going on these. None.
Black too.
And then you can do the same thing on a big-ass dropship.
What you did.
It's literally paint this thing up in, like, I don't know, half of 2 streams. Big ABS printed dropship. I still need to do the glow on the engines, but... And that. It's even got go fast paint drips.
Oh, that's cool.
That was when I was cleaning the airbrush and it spurted.
Oh.
I went squeeze and it went drops, and I go, well, I hope those didn't hit anywhere I care about.
And they didn't. Or maybe they did. Turns out it's fine, either way. Alright.
That is the Leodon, not the loaf.
A loaf.
That is a Leodon dropship. Coined here. And hopefully one of the nerds online that I told that story to will go put it in Sarna.
That would be so funny. You look at Sarna tomorrow morning and you're like... Right. Grab a touch of ivory, shall we? Maybe we'll go back with the dark ivory first.
I need some flesh wash.
Good dark ivory first.
Flesh wash. Mecha May.
Do you have a dome brush?
I like Mecha May. That's a good idea.
Oh no, this is...
Everybody else is going to hate it. They're going to
Mecha
want
May
to see
sounds
something
fun.
else here pretty soon. And they're going to revolt. I'm almost done with my battalion. I got a few more mechs that I got to do, but I don't have to do them on stream. I'm just doing this guy today because I didn't have I wasn't well prepared. What did you ask me if I had? Domed?
Yeah. I don't think I need it though. I think this will be fine.
Good. Because I
need to
wasn't
let
going to give it
these-
to you anyway.
I need to let these dry a little bit more. That's okay though.
I wasn't going to give it to you anyway.
Well, darn. Well, gosh darn it then. What I can do, however, instead is take some texture and put it on the base. That started. And do that 2 or 3 texture.
I'm going to go with that's okay. Might be a little thick, but I'm going to go with it anyway. This will just be a very dirty mech. Dirty, dirty boy. Oh no, that's fine.
They should all be dirty.
That's perfect. Conquest miniatures at some point. That's your boy over there. He is excited about Conquest.
Yep. I will be painting my Conquest army on stream at some point.
I need to find something that appeals to me out of that game other than the big models, because the Contreras Giant is the only one that I've really done. Well, it's the only one I've done. It's the only one I really like. I'm not a big Greg. We talk about it a lot here because he's trying to get other people into the game right now at the office. And I'm just not your Huckleberry. Because I'm not into Greco-Roman stuff. Doesn't appeal to me. Never has. I like, like the 7 Voyages of Sinbad and Clash of the Titans and stuff like that a lot. In the visual genre. I know 300 and Spartans and stuff is bitchin' in concept. But when it comes down to like things I like to paint, I might do like a gladiator model and have a lot of fun with it. But doing a whole armor, to date, has just not appealed to me. I look at them and I'm like, I was really stoked for the undead. What's it called?
Old Dominion?
The Dominion. Yeah. Old Dominion?
Yeah.
Yeah, Old Dominion. I was really psyched for those guys.
And then they were Roman.
I held the models in my hands and I'm like, these aren't as cool as I had hoped for.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the
I'm
undead
a sucker
thing
for that stuff.
Yeah, I know you love it, and that's great. I think it's great. I was just highly disappointed in the fact that like all the undead-ish stuff didn't have anything undead about it except for like death masks. And I get that they probably didn't just want to do, here's a bunch of skeletons and here's a bunch of...
Yeah, I can respect that they didn't just do a whole bunch of skeletons.
But I thought they could do it in the style, the period of armor and stuff, and gotten away with it and made them look really cool because they have that, some other stuff that's there.
Oh, for sure.
I never understood the big like 3-legged monstrosities that they've got. They have a very unique style.
Yeah.
If you like it, cool. They have not produced an army that appeals to me yet. Although the Minotaurs and stuff are close.
Yeah.
Right?
The Greek stuff with the Minotaurs and stuff.
Yeah,
they have some new Minotaurs that came out.
Well, that's the only ones they have are the new ones.
No, they have some new ones that are coming out. Because that faction only has, like, they have a lot of models that are coming this year.
Right, but that faction's new.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only been out in, like, maybe the last 6 months, if that.
Like 2 or 3, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one that I'm talking about. But even that, it's like, the Minotaurs I would paint just to paint the models.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't play the game.
Well, maybe eventually they'll have something that you like.
I don't know, man. I don't like the game. The idea of the game, not so appealing.
That's okay. That is also okay. You don't have to like every game that I like. There's no rule that says that we have to like the same games.
No, I thought you were saying that one day they would come out with an army that I would...
Well, you were saying, you were just talking about how you didn't like the visual look. I didn't know that you didn't like the way the game played.
I've watched the game played. It's interesting to me, but I know that Haven have like a more skirmishy rules now.
Yes, they have a skirmish version of the game.
Because I don't think that the big rank and flank thing has much of a place in the world. You know, I think that Mantic and the Ninth Age stuff covers it pretty well. I'm really a fan of Kings of War. If I were going to play something like that regularly,
yeah,
nobody here really cares about it, so I'm not as gung-ho as I was a minute ago for it. I have an entire army that I wanted to paint up, and we started it in a way that was like super speedy, but again, it fell a little short because there's just not a big enough crowd of people that partake local.
Yeah.
Right? Now you can see how we get the actual color of the armor. This is where we get all this. Right, is the flesh wash. The flesh wash leaves enough of a filter over everything to get us that kind of deserty camo feel. So you can see that we've got the color of the model now in however long this just took. Not much time at all. It'll take longer for the wash to dry than it took us to paint the whole thing to this point, in reality.
Wash doesn't even take that long to dry.
That I like. We were sitting there this morning and we were like, I think we have 15 clan mechs, because Jordan was asking me about, can you use all the clan mechs in the campaign? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, I think there's a lot. There should be like 15. And we couldn't find them. I was like, there's only 14. I was like,
yeah.
where did the mech go? Where did we lose the mech? And I was like, oh yeah, I stole one from my Innersphere. This one. Skirmish is just more cinematic. Well, and I like that in terms of like getting me into bigger battle games. A lot of times I like to start with like the skirmishy version of it, because I spend a lot of time painting, as you know. And so unless it's something like this where I can churn out 36 battle mechs, I'm only ever playing with 4 of these at a time at most. So this is just a fun project. This is, like some of you in chat have said, this is a project that takes me back to the first miniatures that I ever really spent time painting for not only fun, but for gaming, right? I painted Ralpartha D&D models and Citadel D&D style models before I painted Battletech. But Battletech was the first ones where I like had a purpose to build an army, to put it on the table, to play the game. And so for me, this is very memorable, right? In that way. So painting all of these mechs is tremendous for me. I painted a bunch of these mechs before: Crusaders, Warhammers, Awesome, Zeus's, Battlemasters, Catapults. I painted so many of these mechs before, the Catalyst ones, that I'm finding a ton of enjoyment just in painting these to just a quick gaming standard. So.
But it was nice to be able to actually put them on the table, though.
Games played poorly. Yeah, the flesh wash is almost like a rust. I could have called it rust wash, but I really wanted people to be using it for skin first and then find the ways to other products out of that. But I use it for rust on the Horus Heresy dreads and things that we've been doing. Right, for my Dark Angels. The metal is all done with flesh wash, right? Doing the flesh wash over the grays and then just edge highlight it once it's done, but more of a pin wash, like I'm just putting it in the recesses, not all over the whole thing. But it gives me a really good dirt / rust feel everywhere that works really, really well and makes it really, really quick to do, but doesn't detract from the model like a normal wash does. Our washes are super smooth in the way that they dry. The gradient they leave doesn't pool and look like slime. As long as you take away any big pooling that might happen from sloshing around. But it's just super smooth. So I don't even mind putting it on, models that I'm spending more time on. I've been using a lot of it. Crusader, ours. Pro Acryl Flush Wash. Ta-da! We have a black, brown, and a flesh that come pre-colored, and then you can buy our glaze wash medium. And this is basically the same stuff, but colorless. So you add this to some water and color, and you can make your own wash out of any color you own. Any acrylic paint that you own, whether it's Vallejo or whomever, if you want to turn it into a wash, use this magic stuff, or miracle, should I say. And you can make a wash out of anything. Before we started using Flesh Wash on the Dark Angels, we were using the Glaze Wash Medium and Burnt Sienna paint. It's a little redder, so... I still can't get used to the fact that we have this big armature here that is the palette cam.
Whoa.
When I look up, I'm like...
I didn't even...
It's the same as yours, it's just...
Yeah.
They came down.
I don't think I ever looked up and realized that was there.
Well,
they came down.
I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my britches
Just
with
grumpy
delight.
enough. Thank you for the prime.
Just Grumpy, what the hell is going on, man?
What
Good to
the
see you.
heck?
I was just thinking about you the other day. I saw some post come up about you and your wife hanging out, doing some traveling or something like that. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. He's got a mad cat and a vulture. D for derped. Yeah, he's a filthy vatborn.
Comfortably vatborn to you, sir.
Do I have a stone rhino? No. No. I'm not that serious about clan mechs. I got clan just like I have chaos armies. I got it so that we can have both sides of the fight if people want to learn how to play or we want to do a game around here. Like we have a full traitor Titanicus force and loyalist Titanicus force painted up so that you can play Titanicus with whatever you like. Yeah, but it's got Rhino in the name. Well, I mean... I like you, but I don't like the Stone Rhino. The Stone Rhino is the behemoth, right? I feel like that's the behemoth from Macross, Robotech. I love it. I'm making a pirate crew that just takes mechs from everyone, because, I mean, what better way to have all the OP mechs in one lance? Called out, Rhino. I called you out live on stream. Awesome, Grumpy. Good to see you, man. When do we get a May challenge route? We'll probably announce it tomorrow.
I've been thinking about what we wanted to do, so we'll let you know.
I try not, as much fun as it would be to do Mech May, because we're doing Battletech here, it would fit in with what we're doing on the stream. I hate to make people buy models, right? You know, it's why when we do the limited palette challenges, we don't say you have to use these colors. You can use something close, right? If you don't have our particular color or even our paint. And so I hate, you've seen us get away from model specifics. We might do like broad term stuff, like paint something, robotic, so that you could pick and choose from your collection or go buy something that you might actually use for something else. We have a lot of people that might not ever play Battletech, so why make them buy a mech? So we could do something like that. We could do like Mecha May and have it be like paint something robotic without metallic paints.
Yep. That's kind of what I was thinking
I like that. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like no metallic paints, but you don't have to do non-metallic metal. You just have to find a way to produce something that appears like beat up metal without metallic paints.
Yep.
I like that. That'll be the May challenge. There you go.
I'll write it up today, and we'll post it.
Rex, yeah, all of our community challenges are on the Discord, ! Discord in chat. We do a monthly one that has prizes. We generally give away gift certificates for the store. Or shirts or whatever.
We're going to have to go over the April ones here soon.
There you go, Rex, thanks. Could do mecha or any kind of vehicle. Yeah, anything like robotic, metal, but not use metallic paint. I just showed you how to do an entire, dreadnought, and I didn't use any metallic paint, but I didn't do non-metallic metal, right? I did on the bronze trim on this guy, right? But on the actual inner working, the gun's not done, so don't pay attention to that or the fists. I did the arms after the main body. But this is all metal, but it's nothing more than grays, dry brushed, washed, and then edge highlighted with bright neutral gray. It's as simple as it gets.
Looks great.
But
really
you can make a really dull metal without trying very hard. And we're able to do that super fast. So you can do a whole model that way without using any metallic paints, and it'd be a lot of fun. Well, just that way you can use whatever palette, whatever colors you want. I just want to see metal that doesn't use metallics, but doesn't... I mean, you could go full-bore non-metallic. You could do Wish.com non-metallic like I've done on my mechs. That's all up to you. Add mech chickens to paint.
Yeah, add mech would work.
You need to buy some battle mech then, right? There's a ton of mechs out there with your name on them, Nathan. Just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. There's no lies being told here. They are out there, and they have your name on them. And the nostalgia. Do it for the nostalgia, Nathan. Do it for the nostalgia. Yeah, I told you it would take longer for the wash to dry than it did to do the entire rest of the model. Oh, did his Gene Stealers get silver? Freaking awesome!
Oh, did they?
That is incredible.
That's fantastic.
I love to hear it if that's the case. Silver Demon for the Gene Stealers from AC Miniatures. I love me some Aaron. He's a great guy. Got to meet with him and his wife at Adepticon. They went out to dinner with us for steak night.
Yeah, they're very,
steak
very nice.
club. Had a great time. Was good to get to talk face to face when all you do is meet on the internet.
See the man behind the mustache.
That's a perfect way to say it.
Not a dig. I genuinely love it.
I've got you 75% talked into it. Like I said, man, the starter box has it has a Battle Master, right?
It's got the one with the two...
It's got a Battle Master. It's got
LRMs.
a Wolverine. It's got a Locust.
It's got the one just north of your...
It's got a Commando. It's got a Locust, which is on my desk.
It's got the one with the beaky nose and the two LRMs. SRMs?
This one?
To the right.
This one?
To the right in the front.
This one?
Yeah.
The catapult?
I'm pretty sure the catapult's in the
It might
starter.
have the catapult in it, too.
It's in one of the starters.
Yeah, then
I know
it's
that
in the
for
main
sure.
starter box, too. Yeah, I don't remember what all's in it. The Enforcer, I think, maybe? I don't remember. But it's got 8 Intersphere mechs, and they're all good. You'll use every single one of them. Like I said, I think there's only a couple of them from that box that I'm not planning on using, and it might be one of the mediums and one of the lights. The Penetrator is not in that one.
But it should.
Dower, what's the first rule of State Club? To tell everybody about State Club. Meet with meat. I love it. It says, I don't want anybody to have to buy models, but Nathan, buy some models.
Yeah.
Well, that was before we started talking about challenges. I was already trying to twist Nathan's arm into getting back into Battletech because he said 30 years ago it was his first models he painted. So I don't think there's much twisting needed. Now we're just making it even harder for him to say no by saying, hey, and there's a monthly challenge where you could paint some battle mechs without using any metallic paints, just like we're doing.
Yep. I fully support this plan.
Richard needs, is there a new box out or something for what, Battletech? Well, Catalyst started BattleTech back up. They got the property and they've started it back up in the plastics using the MechWarrior Online and newer graphics from like MechWarrior 4. So the models are updated and the mechs look better. But the rules are generally the same. They've just streamlined some of them. But classic BattleTech is pretty much classic BattleTech. They've revamped Alpha Strike a bit so that Alpha Strike now plays better and faster and with more models. So you have 2 games in one, basically. Although the Alpha Strike rules do not come in the classic BattleTech Game of Armored Combat. That's classic BattleTech. There's an Alpha Strike box set that comes with even more mechs and vehicles,
like 12,
and it's like
right?
$75 because it has 10 mechs or more and other ancillary supporting crap.
CM Dower, you have no idea how
Jordan's
happy.
just happy that he's not limited with colors.
I have
Yes,
no idea. I came in on Saturday
13
so
mechs. Yeah.
excited to paint models.
And I have not bought the Alpha Strike box set yet. It has clan mechs in it too, I think. Right? Doesn't Alpha Strike come with a star of clan and 2... Yeah, it's like 5 clan mechs, a full star, and then 2 lances of inner sphere. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. 2 lances of inner sphere and a star of clan mechs, which is bitchin'. So... Yeah, the Alpha Strike starter box is well worth the $75 or whatever. You can probably get it down in the 60s if you get it on like Amazon or, from one of the many resellers out there. But you can get the 2-player starter box set for Game of Armored Combat for like $48 or $50. It's a good deal. Malak, he's clan over there. He's the filthy Vatborn over there.
Yep. Born in the vats.
I, on the other hand, have expatriated. We're gonna use that word here.
Expatriate.
I have exfiltrated a kit fox to be an Arctic fox for my inner sphere. So this is the only clan mech I have, and it's not technically a clan mech the way I'm using it. It's an Arctic fox. There just isn't a good model for the Arctic fox. The old Ironwind Metal one is the same old Ralph Arthur one that's horrible. I refuse to paint it. So, Arctic Fox. You're actively browsing models. I'm throwing you under the bus when this package comes in. When your wife asks WTF to clarify, hey, we are here for you. Baby J and myself
We are both here for
are
you.
always here for you, even on the Discord.
Yep.
Should Mrs. Pierce, who may or may not also be an author, want to come and yell at somebody about all of this, we're here for you.
Yep.
We will take it on the chin.
Yes, we
Seriously.
will. I'm prepared. I've practiced my whole life for dealing with things like this.
We just jump under the bus. We don't even have to be thrown.
Yep.
Baby J and I just jump under the bus. We just
do.
dive under the bus. We get generally high 9s and 10s for our dives. We're here for you, baby.
We practice a lot. We spend a lot of time underneath the bus.
They're like the best trolley dilemma. Can we get a Discord channel for Men in the Doghouse?
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
We'll just call it the Doghouse. Because trust me, we have some girls in the chat in Discord that get in trouble for buying too many models. Zambies has to do some creative bobbing and weaving to stay out of trouble, I'm sure. All right, I think we're pretty good here. Oh, this side's a little wet.
Liking how this color's come together.
Yeah, this is the scheme. So this is just the way we get to it. Purple shadows. Right, followed by the dark camo green, faded green, flesh wash, dry brush pale yellow. Now we'll hit it with another dry brush of pale yellow to brighten up the upper areas. And then we'll do the green. And other than the base, I think in one stream this will be done. Just to show you how quick, in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
you can have an entire mech. And if you're doing assembly line painting, you know, that same under 2 hours could do multiple mechs to almost done, for sure.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to be done with these by Wednesday, I would guess. Maybe even sooner.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. Rex, alright, out to paint. You boys stay out of the doghouse. We'll do what we can, but no guarantees.
So my significant other owns this business. So I am in an enviable position, people. It has been years since Jen has looked at me and said, "Really?" Giving you that I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. I'm not mad, I just think you made a weird decision. And I'm not super excited about it.
Oh, we can't go to Disneyland, but you can buy a bunch of little mans? I see how it is.
To be fair.
It is a business expense. See? Big brain on Brad. Hey, honey, could we make a line of paints so that I could always have models? That was the whole thing, right? Thank you, chat, for bringing my dreams to reality. I have always got the models. There we go. There we go. Bingo bango. That's how you get models done. Now we got to mix up some green. He's perfect. He has a green stripe right down the top of his head. It's almost like this script wrote itself.
But it did.
Oh,
It did write itself.
Disneyland is just a trip. Battle Barbies is an investment in my sanity, which is healthy for everyone around me.
I would agree with that to some extent.
It's a healthy choice for everyone around me to let me do what I want to do. Think what I could do here, since I don't really need this. I will double. I think I can save this one since it's still wet. Use that one.
Put some orange accents on these guys. Color on the mech.
Perfect. Look at me conserving plastic. Green, yellow, black. Oh, black. Problem is, I mixed a whole bunch of this before. Now I'm gonna mix it for like one mech. It's probably not a good idea, but I'm doing it anyway. Never said I was a smart man. One drop of green. See if we can get it right here, chat. Last time we just did our super scientific squirt a bunch in a bottle method. See if we can actually see how close to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, which is what I told everybody this was. All right, so 1 drop green, 1 drop yellow, plus whatever came out of the edge of the bottle. Waste not, want not, chat. This would have taken you forever to paint. We're showing you how you can speed it up, man. Right, green, yellow, and okay, you're getting that much too.
Malik, it's easy. It's so easy.
And then
Just follow along. Follow the instructions.
glaze
And
medium.
You can have quickly painted Wish.com battle
2
tech
drops.
models.
I'm putting 2 drops because I feel like I always put more of that in than not. Right? And then just a little. This is always hard to measure because how do you measure a drop of water
Cool
like
Pack,
that?
thank you for the prime. 22
go.
months.
There you go.
Welcome back. How's it going?
That's our mix. That's what we're doing, chat. Right there. That's going down. Looks good.
Is this the green?
Yeah. We're going to assume it's close enough. Looks good to me.
It looks close enough.
Feels good. Okie dokie.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Cool Pack with the prime. 22. Is this thing still on? It is, Cool Pack. We're still here. We're still here. Good to see you. These back before I forget. Grab some of our Wish. Not really wash. It's a filter. It's a glaze. But not a complicated one. We're just going to put it on there. Because we're basically creating, you know, for lack of a better term, a contrast or a speed paint out of this, but we don't have to glom it on. We can paint it exactly where we want to. So it gives you the ability to do some really, really nice pinpoint filtering with it. But it inherits all of the brightness of the model the same way a speed paint or contrast would. You just get to make whatever damn color you want. You're not beholden to the colors you buy. Every paint in your set becomes a great glaze and filtering paint when you add our medium to it.
Painting mechs is so fun.
It really is because it's just fast.
Oh, I love it.
And in a couple hours, we get legit, like, nearly done. It's too good to be true.
Oh, yeah.
Too good, my friend. Too good.
Well,
That was easy. Fenris Workshop. Is this Fenris
Oh.
Workshop some of Canada's most amazing hobby purveyors? Because if it is, and you live north of the border in Canuckistan, you should check out Fenris Workshop. If it's not them, then I have no idea what to do. What's going on, Fenris? An amazing place north of the border where you can pick up some Monument Hobbies gear and other wonderful hobby supplies.
Good old wonderful Canadians.
Check them out. Blue black is the miracle color here for part 2.
Why, thank you, sir. I am quite enjoying the painting of the BattleTech minis. It's about time that I started painting some. All it took was Jason telling me to paint one. Like, go paint this one. And then I was like, ooh.
On Friday, on Friday, I knew we were gonna do the game late because we do a Friday game night here, and we had some locals coming to play with us, and some people here at the office that wanted to play. So I was like, oh, let's do a cool scenario. We'll do my bring it down scenario. So we did it, but we didn't have a big assault mech. I tried to make it from all the assault mechs that I have here for Innersphere, but Innersphere assault mechs just aren't brutal enough to be able to take against 4 other mechs, right? I would have had to have taken 2 mechs, and that doesn't really make the scenario as fun. So so I handed him the Warhawk, and I said, we're going to play this as a Daiichi. Go paint this. I told him to just show how committed Jordan is.
Yeah.
I told him to do a base coat, or I told him to prime it, give us a quick base coat, right? Like a shadow color and a top color and maybe a dry brush. He had like 2.5 hours to get it done, right? I was like, but don't go crazy. Don't worry about it. And he's like, what colors? And I said, pick whatever colors you want. And that mech that you guys saw earlier is what he get back in 2.5 hours. It was like done. I was like, wait a minute. Like, I didn't say finish the damn thing. But that was great. It meant that we played with...
Were you upset?
I think we played with fully painted. Everything
yes.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was fully painted that night. Because Philip was the only one who had a mech that he brought of his own, his Bushwhacker, but it was fully painted. So yeah, it was good times.
Super awesome.
Good time. And the game was just an absolute nail biter.
I had such a good time. It was
butt clenching
incredible.
nail biter. It was so good. It's the kind of game where you can have it be as beer and pretzels as you want, but you can also get down and dirty with it if you want to play a more competitive style game. You can do it. You can build scenarios that are, achievable for both parties regardless of the meta you're following, So I really do like that it allows people to find their way into a really cool miniatures game, but not feel like they got to chase the meta right out of the gates. Yes, clan mechs are better by default, but no, it doesn't mean that you can't play Innersphere and win.
Your stuff is significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
And by significantly cheaper, we mean significantly cheaper.
And generally up-armored versus their equal weight competitors, although not always the case. You have so many more choices for mechs in the Innersphere that you can pretty much do whatever you want. Their weaponry during the clan invasion time period, if that's what you're playing, is just a little lacking. Because, of course, that hadn't gotten to where everybody has 50 million Gauss rifles yet. I'm going to paint these vents, too. So it happened this weekend too, Chad. If you've been around for a while, you'll know the woes that Jen and I have gone through with our house, starting in 2019 with Rat Apocalypse and continuing all the way through to this last plumbing debacle. So this weekend we started looking for a new house. We're gonna, in a perfect world, we would follow the aftermath of this latest plumbing debacle, as I said, and fix Jen's bathroom up and then sell the house. I think she's done with it. The dog and I don't care. We sleep there. The dog and I are like, whatever. The dog goes wherever the food and mom and dad are. Dad goes wherever mom is. Takes the dog. It don't matter. Yeah. I think having the ears metal too will be good. Build a second floor on Monument HQ. Trust me, man, if that were an option, we'd do it in a heartbeat. That is like unobtainium.
So much room.
I can't even imagine what that would cost and how much that would interrupt business flow.
A ton.
You know,
an actual
like it
ton.
turns out we have to be here in order to get you your paint. And from what we have seen, you guys enjoy getting your paint.
It's true. We should probably prioritize making sure they have paint.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention, would you run into issues with the city
For what?
for bringing it to 2 levels instead of 1?
Oh no. Well, I mean, you'd have to get a permit to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You've got to get building plans approved and all that because it's commercial. I mean, you have to do that anyway for residential, but no, we'd have to run it in front of the permit board. We would also have to get the building done. We'd have to take it to vote to make sure that we could do commercial residential here. And with light manufacturing going on, they might say no. There's a lot of other dual-purposed businesses in the area, so that might be our one get-out-of-jail-free pass, but nah. It would be way too costly to the business. It'd be easier to just buy the building next to us, but that woman probably wants a $50 bajillion for it. She seems like the kind of person that would be like, oh, you need this? Well, in that case...
Yeah, regardless of what the market value of it is worth, I will charge you 3 times as much.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, you know, knowing that your buyer needs it worse than you need to sell it is never a good position for the buyer to be in.
No.
Easier to ask forgiveness than permission doesn't really work with government. Over
Generally
here,
speaking,
at least.
You are correct.
Not in the States. The States have no problem telling you to tear it down. I've had buddies that have had to tear entire construction projects down and start over because they forgot to permit something the way it was supposed to be. So they had to tear, one friend in particular had to tear an entire second structure on his property down. Had to go in and bust the foundation up.
Ugh.
They poured a foundation.
No.
Did everything. They had to go and take it all the way down to dirt again and re-excavate all the way back up. Needless to say, that project didn't get finished. Too big of a hassle at that point. Now, shame on him because, you know,
You should do your due diligence.
you got to do it, you know, much as you don't want to.
Yeah.
Turns out, you know how it's easier is to make sure that you have the rights to do it first. As long as you want the township or county to hold a title for you, you got to do what they say, turns out. Chandler and Mazer lived in Gilbert. Oh, it's Jen. I'm like, wait a minute, it sounds like Jen. I'm just reading chat. I'm like, that's the person that lives with me. Do we have room to park a luxury camper bus on the property? One of the houses we looked at did. None of the ones we can afford do. We are not, we are still having to live like in lower tier Phoenix, which is where we like living anyway. We ain't moving to Arcadia or Scottsdale. or any of that nonsense anytime soon.
I like where I'm at.
This area of town is bitchin'.
Yeah, it really is.
It is bitchin'. You can get anything you need anytime you need it. Wad says the idea of affording a house is crazy to you. It ain't easy, but mortgages being what they are, interest rates being what they are, it can actually be seen as a time to buy right now. You just have to refinance later to get your interest rate back down if and when they actually come back down. But yeah, it can definitely be tough. Just depends, right? It's always where you're willing to live, what you're looking for. Add a little bit of white blue. This is the only mix that I'm doing in this deal. Well, I guess other than the green that we did. But again, nothing fancy. Just mix the white blue in. Oh, and you know what? I'm an idiot. I didn't even have to do this. I used gray blue last time. Well, shucks. I just made it harder than it needed to be. Only one mech I'll live.
The doggo has an area to play. Right now, or in future plays?
What are we talking about?
No. Avian just asked, so doggo has an area to play? Question mark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got an okay backyard right now. It's small, but it does the job. She likes it. But yeah, all the places we're looking at have to have. We thought about trying to find a condo so we didn't have to have a yard because we work so much and we're never home. But it's really, really hard to find a way to say that that's easy to do and fair to the dog. You know? Like going and putting the dog out on a balcony, you know, and saying, okay, do your business here. I spent some time this weekend looking at how to make reasonably decent patio poop areas for a dog.
What was the verdict?
That none of them are very good. None of them really stood out to me as being the right thing to do, so we were like, nah. We've made our whole yard at the current house, you know, basically AstroTurf and rock. The hard thing for us is always that our house is really the office. So when people say, hey, you should just build a second floor at the office, it literally is like my dream. Because I'm here so late every day.
Hey, somebody likes us.
That by the time you get home, it's really, you know, just like where you sleep. Pet the dog, watch some YouTube. Thank you for that follow. Welcome, welcome.
I am enjoying this
Are you?
immensely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at Jordan having fun painting BattleTech over there. I like it. Look, we've created a monster chat.
Have you done?
Pagani's going to be happy.
Oh, he is. Who do you think I was playing MechWarrior with last night?
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah. Yeah, he messaged me. He was like, MechWarrior tonight? And I was like, I have to download it, but sure. I played that for an hour or two last night. It was fun. Had a great time. Did not kill myself any mechs, but you know what? You learn slowly.
It always takes me a game or two to get back up to speed when I kick back into MWO. It's been years, though. Well, not years, but it's been well over a year, probably, since I spent any valuable time in it. Like I said a few streams back, I turned it on not too long back, but the fact that I had to redo all my pilot skills kept me from playing.
Yeah.
Because I have so many mechs that are fully elited out from playing for so long, and I was like, no, I have no patience with this. Because if you don't have those skills, they play completely differently.
I didn't even get into skills. I just...
Well, were you brand new to it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have skills. You don't have any skill points yet.
Yep.
You start with Zippo, unless they change something. Do you still have to play through the intro?
The, like, tutorial?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can skip it. I played through the tutorial because I'd never played the game before.
It's worth getting through because it gives you C-bills and stuff.
It does. Yeah, it gives you a lot of C-bills.
You get a lot of money to buy mech. I think you can buy a really good mech out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I played for, what, a couple of hours last night, and I already have probably 7 mil.
Yeah, so you can buy a couple of good mechs. It'll be a minute before you can deck them out the way you want to.
Yeah, it's just fine. That's fine.
You order the mechs you want, but should you snag Alpha Strike or go straight for the rule book? Depending on if you want to play classic BattleTech, I would buy a game, or I would buy Total Warfare book. If you didn't buy the 2-player starter set. If you're going to play Alpha Strike instead of Classic, then Alpha Strike is the box to buy, because it has the Alpha Strike rules. It's everything you need for Alpha Strike. I don't think there is a separate Alpha Strike book. Somebody in chat would have to help me out on that one. I don't play Alpha Strike. But if you want to play BattleTech Classic, like what we've been talking about, then buying a game of Armored Combat as a box set with the 8 mechs in it is a great way to get the starter rules. If you say you just bought the mechs you want, you've done the research, you know what you want, then just going out and buying Total Warfare, I think, is the book. Buy that. And that's all you need. Your mechs and Total Warfare. And then you go to Mordell.net, print out your mech sheets, get some 6-sided dice, go to town. You need 2 6-sided dice to play BattleTech, and that's it. You need some way to keep track. So maybe you need 4. You need 2 6-sided dice to actually roll to hit, and you probably need 2 additional 6-sided dice if you don't have the actual BattleTech custom dice per mech you play. So you'd want 8 more. So 10 6-sided dice to track your target to hit numbers and stuff.
Those dice are totally worth it, though.
Oh yeah, $30 on Etsy from Mr. Laser or something like that. I think his name is. Abstract Command Edition is a full rule set. Oh, okay. And you can just get a book and PDF for it? That makes sense.
Not to add more to your plate, but any plans on doing an in-person painting classes?
No, unfortunately. We had really wanted that to be part of what we offered here at HQ. But right now, the way the business has grown, it would just be too much. As a matter of fact, we just kind of took the entire area that was intended to be what we called the public side, and we moved fulfillment in there. So that was kind of the nail in the coffin for all of our aspirations for a big training facility here at HQ. Doesn't mean it won't happen. We have been looking at ways to do it in a more like destination way so that you could come in town for a long weekend or, half week kind of a thing and play some games, learn to paint a particular class with maybe a guest artist or ourselves. That there is still options on the table. We would just have to do it at other locations. We'd have to get like a hotel close by or some type of rental area that we could do it at. So not unheard of. He doesn't really have like a standard cockpit glass. He just has like some little dots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's more like the Night Titan, the clan stuff. They don't have big windshields on all of them.
Shame. I like the big windshields. Windshields all day long. Give me some glass.
Too easy. You got one on virtual class back in the day? Did I switch to the upskirt cam? I switched to a cam that was like like at the table level or something? How funny. Nathan, that's awesome, actually. Yeah, we used to do the one-on-one classes. We were one of the first to do it digitally, and they worked really, really well. And I was bummed that we just didn't have time to do them anymore. We had quite a few students that were fantastic, loved doing it, but again, like I said, it just wasn't, it was too time-consuming, and we didn't have the time as the business grew to stay focused on it, which sucked.
Maybe someday in the future.
Well, yeah, Jen and I have talked about it quite a bit on how to do something that was like a, you know, a hobby-focused getaway in the desert here. Where we could have people treat it more like a, you know, vacation. Bring their family, have stuff for the family to do while you sit around and learn to paint, or just come out on your own without the family. But we don't have anything worked out yet. Nothing we're confident in, at least. Using bright yellow green right now. So, right here. Bright yellow green is a very translucent color, so it makes for a very easy layering color because it acts almost like a glaze without you having to know what you're doing. Make sense? So you can do some cool things with it. When really all I'm doing here is edge highlighting.
All these plenty edge highlights on these rocket pods. No missiles in here. He's spent them all.
He spent them all. Like, nope.
They've all been used. Most. I could just sleep near the paint making machine. Come down for a trip. Learn how to paint. Sleep by the paint machine.
Bam, done.
Dang.
How about them apples? Call it 2 hours because I was here late. Bam. 2 hours. Got to paint the base. I'm not gonna do that now because I got to put the material, the basing texture on it. That'll take a little bit to dry. But there you go, Arctic Fox. Oh, I like it. Look at him painting numbers and getting fancy.
Oh yeah. Paint numbers getting fancy. You know me.
Damn. And red cockpits?
Red or like a orangey color.
Ah, I gotcha.
Might change it when I get around to doing the bases, but do not know yet.
Oh, mini paint labs. Okay. Turns out you're right better than you paint. That's good. Punisher, you should just buy a bigger building then. We have some comfy couches in the lounge.
Oh my god, they're so comfy.
We
They're so comfy.
We do have some comfortable couches in the lounge, so there's that.
No business being that comfortable.
Yeah, there's that. So if I were to ever really piss Jen off, I know I have a comfortable couch to sleep on. And I did not say goodbye to Wadtomaton, but goodbye, Wadtomaton.
Wadtomaton, goodbye.
Feel good, I got a mech done. That's how fast this army can come together. You can get mechs done super fast. All you got to do is focus on finding yourself a color scheme you dig that can remain simple, right? Simple meaning, you know, not a whole lot of colors. And if you do use a whole lot of colors, not a whole lot of different layers to each of those colors, right? You saw how the green was 2 colors. I mean, I mixed colors together, but because I did it like a contrast paint over the top of all the stuff we'd already done in the desert camo color, it made the green totally different. And so that made it super easy to do. And then the guns kind of paint themselves. I do them super, super quick. I still got to put a black wash over the guns. I guess we do that real quick before we call it done. And then be done. Didn't I just do black wash today? Ah, I did. It's right here. I still have some. Ha ha! I still have black wash. Oh, that's a lot, though.
It's coming together. It's coming together. It's gonna be my proof of concept mech. See you, Nathan. Thanks
Outta
for
here.
popping by.
Take it easy. Hope to see you again soon with some battle mechs in tow. Oh yeah, you heard me. No pressure, but all the pressure. There we go. Now it looks the same. On stuff like guns and things where I'm using the blue-black or the Payne's Gray to make a deep gunmetal non-metallic, I generally will go all the way up to my brightest highlight, then wash it all back down. And then if I have to, go back in and touch it again with the brightest highlight to just give those little dots of shine. On these, I don't even know that I did that. I might have brightened them up a little bit, depending on the mech. But there you go. Ta-da! We're done.
We're done?
Well, I'm done.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, I'm done.
Not quite there yet. This is like my trial run for the recipe.
I was going to say, though, you got like the base coats done on all of the big guys.
Yep. Doing all the details, see how much I need to like push the armor shadows down a little bit more.
Doing it with a wash?
Yeah, I'm just doing it with a wash.
Black?
It's like a mixture of brown and black with a
Nice.
little bit of brown transparent.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Paint liquor. Thank you guys and gals for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We will
Thank you.
close up the evening. Send you off to someone else doing some amazing hobbying so that you can have some more fun. And remember, we do stream 5 days a week. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays like today, 12 noon Pacific to 2 p.m.
Yep.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays from that 2 p.m. slot a little bit later in the day till 5 p.m. So a little bit longer. So that's where we'll be tomorrow. So you can find us there. Check out all the links Jen has thrown up there in the chat with the store, the Discord, and the FLGS link to find a store near you that sells our amazing products. Please, next time you have a chance and you're looking for a special color or to replace a color that you use quite a bit of, give Pro-Curl a chance. You might be excited to find out that it's as good as everyone says it is. So, glad you guys and gals hung out with us. Stick around for the raid. Any parting words?
See you later, Gracie.
No, well, but I mean, yes. But yeah. All right, gang. Show some love in the chat. We wind up here for the raid, and we
See
will
you
check
guys.
you on the
Thanks
flip
for
side
stopping
tomorrow. Adios, gang.